Prezzo, another in a fine line of Burt Rapoport restaurants.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim-flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another week, post-Thanksgiving weekend edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, coming to you live today from another one of our favorite spots on the Lunchbox tour, Prezzo in Boca Raton.
Just what we needed, more food. Man.
More
I mean,
food.
what are you talking about?
After a
You just gotta
big,
keep it going.
that's what I do. I'm on a roll, and you can literally roll me down the block now. Eddie Pizzoli is the managing partner
Eddie
here.
Pizzoli, you give him the proper intro, my friend.
Eddie
Pizzoli.
Pizzoli.
Yeah. Put a little soul into that. man.
Pizzoli.
There you go.
We're here. We're on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, as usual, along with the South Florida Live channels. And welcome back to the Lunchbox, Eddie. Thank you. How are you doing today?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for coming up this way. Happy to
It's
have you guys here.
always our pleasure. And Jeff Tifo Tafaris, how you doing? You survived the big holiday weekend?
Yes, I did. Although Tom T's crepe lasagna, speaking of Italian food, I mean, I don't know. He's known for his Louisiana fare, but this is a special family recipe, Tanazzini.
He's an Italian guy from South Florida, Hollywood.
Like Pizzoli, I mean, sounds like a third base coach for the Red Sox, doesn't it? There's Eddie Pizzoli over here at third. He's going to send the runners. He's very aggressive. I've been dining on that. I still have a nice size portion of it left. And can you live on lasagna alone? Because I know we're going to try some of
think
this.
here
I
at
think it
Prezzo,
hits all food groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could live on pasta alone. I could eat pasta every day, and look at me, I do.
My kids.
You're going to
that's
turn it
every
around, though, in
lunch and dinner.
2024. Yeah, definitely turn it around.
My sons were eating pizza for breakfast yesterday, and lunch was pasta, dinner was pasta. That's just
As long as you mix up the shapes and the sauces, I think you're good. Yeah, why not? And speaking of lasagna, I don't know if you're familiar with Tom Tanazzini. He's a veteran chef who thought he was retired, but you know these chefs, they're all crazy. You try to keep them out of the kitchen. And he started this pop-up that started up in Nobo Brewing in Boynton. I don't know if you've ever been up there.
Louisiana style.
Yeah. Well, I've become friendly with him, and but he sometimes throws in an occasional family recipe. And this lasagna that he makes from a family recipe, they use the crepes instead of the lasagna noodles,
Really?
and it is fantastic. And he has the bechamel sauce and all the kind of goods of meats.
Some kind of special cheese he uses too. It's a little different than
He's
real tasty.
It's a little bit of a twist from the usual lasagna. You got lasagna on the menu
course.
here, of course. And is it a big seller in the wintertime?
It is. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
You have a piece for here, and you still have a piece for tomorrow.
brick to
when
go.
Yeah. It's a big piece of lasagna.
It seems like the leftover game is a big deal to people when they go out to dinner. They like portions that are big enough where you can make multiple meals out of it. And
Who doesn't? Come on, man.
yeah, no, I mean
This is America.
And you look at what's in front of us today. I mean, I got a calzone that looks like it could feed at least two people for a couple of
That
meals.
is ripe for the big bite, though. And you're saying
Oh, you
now,
can
I
grab
don't.
it, yeah.
This thing, if I
Did
I
you
would
not specifically bring some of these things out to get the big bite featured here on the show?
Each of the items there. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do a big bite out of
You've been
anything.
issued the challenge, my friend.
Well, here about this, Defo. I'm
Yeah.
starting the week off a little bit
Perfect
unusually.
way to get you going and spark and ignite the big bite.
And you know I'm an odd duck because, like, on Fridays at Gulfstream, I'm a teetotaler. I drink my iced tea because I know Friday night later on there might be some imbibing, and I don't like to front load too much. But
Let's
here,
face it, you're an alcoholic. Why don't you just admit
Here-
it? 888 admit it, my friend.
one of the things that we have here at Prezzo is these great all-day happy hours and other drink specials, such as today is
Martini Monday.
Martini Monday. Tell
Wow.
people what they get, and I'll take a big sip instead of a big bite today, and then
let's
I'll be nice.
toast to
loose for the show.
rest of the year and
Cheers.
next year.
So what do we got? The
Oh, you're emptying it
martinis-
above, my friend.
Martini Madness on Monday.
$7 martinis at any seat in the house all
I'll drink
day.
to that.
Get out all day,
All day.
like tonight too.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Oh yeah.
that's a great deal.
And does that include like a standard house brand, or you get?
So that's anything from house to Tito's to Grey Goose, Kettle One.
you can get a Grey Goose martini for $7 on a Monday all day.
all day.
I might just park right here on there for the next 7 hours.
Two, and he's a shot fighter.
Call me
Yeah,
an
1.5.
Uber.
Yeah,
I got a
it'll be
friend who
over.
actually just lives right up the block here on
There you go.
So I-
Popular is this? Now, this is every Monday here?
Yeah, every Monday.
Martini Monday. That is a good one, Mike Mayo, and I would imagine extremely popular
Good
Oh,
blue
yeah.
with
cheese
the Boca
olive.
Raton crowd.
Although at an Italian restaurant named Prezzo, do you call this a gorgonzola stuffed olive or is it still a blue
We
cheese?
still call it blue cheese olive.
Damn
Oh,
tasty.
you got stuffed olives in there on top of that. That's
Of
a meal in
course.
and unto itself.
Can't have a martini without a stuffed olive.
Wow, how beautiful is that?
A man of my taste and distinction. You think I'm going to go into a martini without a stuffed olive? Default.
I mean, you've done some pedestrian things on the show and some embarrassing things, but this is not one of them. What else do we have here? Because it's such a wide variety.
So we've got our calzone of the day. So what we do with we have our lunchbox, not to be confused with your lunchbox.
No, I like the branding. I like the
Although
the
there's
lunch
some
special.
litigation already.
Yeah,
Bert
we'll
Rapoport
have
should
to-
be
we'll
receiving
figure that
papers
out.
over at Broken Sound. Thought I saw somebody ready to serve a subpoena there.
So we have our $14 lunchbox, which has 5 or 6 different items in it. One of them being the calzone of the day. So in the morning, chef will come up with a different calzone stuffed with anything from vegetables to meat or you name it, and it's $14.
That's it?
Includes a soft drink, and you get that
It feeds like 4 people.
exactly.
What's inside there? Just the standard.
This
cheese?
one,
Cut
I
a
don't even-
piece open
I don't even
there,
know what
Mayo.
today's
Come
is,
on,
to be honest with
let's
you.
take
Here we
a
go.
look
I'm going to
inside.
go in.
You're asking me
yeah.
the wrong questions.
No, that's all
You're
right.
asking the wrong guy.
There
the
are
right
no
questions.
wrong questions,
You just own a place.
and answers will always be
All right,
revealed.
here we
All you
go.
got to do is
Oh,
cut
look
open.
at that.
Looks like we've
a
got
little ricotta.
cheese, a little
Should
ricotta,
Lubie
spinach.
try the first bite on
I'm
that?
going to guess a little bit of sausage. I'm going to dunk, and I'm going to go
All
in.
right, here we go.
And I've got my new headset and microphone, so I don't want to get that all
You don't want to
ruined yet.
splatter it right away on
You
day
can
one.
give me the play-by-play, and what the heck?
All
I'll
right,
do a
here's
big-
Mike Mayo.
Well, you know
a
what?
big bite. Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
It looks like it's steaming and it's pretty hot in there. Do you have the burn unit on standby
We
in case
have
I burn my
fire
entire mouth?
extinguisher. Yeah.
We have a
Let's-
box in the back. Don't worry.
Let's see.
All right, here we go. He's going to try it early on. Post Thanksgiving, big bite. What is that?
It was a test. It was
That's
a
a test.
What are you,
bite.
Nick Sirianni? I mean, come
If
on,
I
let's
go
go
into
for it.
that, I'm going to burn the roof of my mouth, my tongue, and my teeth. Have you ever seen burnt teeth on a
Yeah,
show?
yeah.
We're about to.
There was a Dolphin defensive back many years ago, and he was burnt beyond recognition. They had to go to dental records to identify him.
I'm gonna have to let this cool down for a
Okay,
moment.
all right.
Because
you built up all
otherwise,
this
This other sandwich, though,
anticipation.
is right for
well,
it.
you know what? I like to build up anticipation, but while we're waiting for the calzone to cool down, we can talk about our contest winner, Defo and Eddie. And I don't know, Eddie, if you realize this, but every week, in conjunction with our fine partners over at Gulfstream Park Casino down in Hallandale Beach, where we do our Friday show, we run a Sunday brunch contest. And what happens is make people pick a horse in the featured contest race of the week, which last week was the 10th race on Saturday's card at Gulfstream.
Yeah.
And the winner was
Did you
number
have it?
5, Spy Hunter. Even though it was a 3-1 second choice, only like 3 people out of 30 something had number 5.
What was the restaurant again? I don't remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
our friends Tropical Acres.
Oh, Tropical
I made
Acres.
it a gimme
Okay,
for
very, very
Thanksgiving.
good. Yeah, it was a
because-
layup. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a layup.
You mentioned the prime rib. That was it.
One of our prime
Jack
sponsors.
Studiali, exuding class.
Tropical Acres. Have you been there? Been there since 1949.
I have yet to go there.
Oh,
Although
wow.
I
You would
feel
enjoy
like
it.
I've been there 25 times on Let's Eat South Florida.
Oh,
Every
my
other
God,
post is
yeah.
about Tropical
There's
Acres.
somebody who has been paying
I
attention.
had my bar mitzvah there, I think, many years
Since
ago.
1949. We
Oh.
call it one of those polarizing places. And the Studiali family that runs it, great family, old school
Couldn't
hospitality.
be any nicer. Very Bert Rapoport-esque.
They enjoy watching the food fights and the people who they know.
Not
Jack
for
is-
everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly his attitude. We're not for everybody, but for those who love us, we're going to treat you great. If you don't like us, you don't have to come. Nobody's putting a gun to your head. And but I happen to love the place. I think they have great value, and that we made it because they did. Check this out: 1,100 covers for Thanksgiving Day from 1 to 8 p.m. And they know how to get it done. And so, in a nod to their holiday activity there at Tropical Acres, we made them the answer to the weekly restaurant trivia question.
What, were you guys open on Thanksgiving?
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
we were
and
busy. Very busy.
How popular was Italian food on Thanksgiving?
You know, it's funny.
It's crazy.
You would think that
Yeah.
it would be empty, but
Right.
we did somewhere under 400 covers.
400. And you were open also like 1 to 8 or something like that?
3 to 9.
3 to 9.
Were you
uh,
serving a Thanksgiving type of?
Yeah, chef actually
fanfare?
he did a special. He bought hundreds of pounds of turkey.
You did a traditional turkey dinner?
We did mashed potatoes, turkey stuffing.
Let me give
gravy.
you a little free consulting advice for next year. It'll get the crowds in here. Turkey Parmesan.
Actually, funny you
Yeah.
say that. So the day after,
He made a face. He made a Mayo
He was the
face.
food critic for many years for the Sun Sentinel. Very well respected
We
in the
did-
industry.
we did a turkey calzone on
Okay.
Friday afternoon for lunch.
There you go.
With
Turkey
stuffed
calzone.
vegetables. It was
Nice, man.
it was outstanding.
Turkey tetrazzini.
By the way,
calzone.
Mayo, I think that is cool significantly
You're trying to
enough.
bury me, aren't you?
Significantly enough
Let me
for
get
you to.
one thing at a time. Let's get the contest.
You got the
out of way.
contest
Okay.
going. So,
So
did
actually,
somebody
there was
win?
only 2 people that had the 5-horse, the
Right.
Spy Hunter, and everybody got
This
Tropical
contest
Acres.
is impossible, Eddie. I mean, believe
No,
me.
and the third, the element that keeps me from putting a tiebreaker by putting everybody's name in a hat. But this week there would only be 2 people that had the horse, but one of them picked the last tiebreaker was picking the winner and victory margin in the big college game, not Florida State, because Florida. Sorry, I don't know. Did you go to UF?
My sister did.
Okay, well,
We won't talk about it.
They
no,
were right
we-
in there till the end.
we
by the
made
way,
it
Mayo.
the Michigan-Ohio State game because that seemed to be like a playoff caliber game. And one person picked Ohio State that had the winning horse. The other one and ended up being the winner because she was the only one that picked Michigan, but she was close to the money. She picked Michigan by 7. It was Michigan by 6.
I would
And
disqualify her.
No.
No.
And on Friday's show, I don't know if you remember this, Defo, because we were all kind of in the festive spirit.
You went on some long soliloquy, and I
No,
went
I
to the
said
windows
Michigan
and
by
started betting.
5, and
Yeah.
Ken, the professor, said that's a weird number, but I was 1 point off. This is Michigan by 6.
So is this person.
If I was in the contest,
this winner.
I would have been close. But congratulations, Alexa Habe, second-time
Wow.
winner,
Nice.
and she nailed it. She got the winning horse, number 5, Spy Hunter. She got Tropical Acres, and she got Michigan by 7 points instead of 6. You are the winner of this
Close
week's
enough.
Sunday brunch contest. You and a guest will enjoy a all expenses paid brunch at 10 Palms, overlooking the beautiful Gulfstream Park Racing Strip on a Sunday of your choice. Again, we do that every Friday. All right, thank you for putting up with that, Eddie.
Well, way
Oh,
to
no.
transgress there, Mayo, but you were in the middle, Eddie, of describing the
oh,
food
the
here.
food, yeah. Well,
He was going to eat this giant bite, but
Here
then
we
he
go. I'm
chickened
ready.
out. He
All
wimped
right.
out there because
Let's
he
make
thought
it
it was
happen.
too hot.
here, let me take a
It does look brilliantly done, though. I mean, I like this is a big thing when you, Mayo, to char it outside, a little bit of a charring on the outside.
Looks
I know.
great. It's got the proper, appropriate crispness on top.
There you go.
It is now cooled off on the inside.
No flop.
How much am I? I'm not shoving this whole
One
thing
bite.
in my
That's
mouth.
it. One bite. He's Portnoy. He's a wannabe. Oh!
That was pretty good.
Oh, Eddie.
Impressive.
Eddie. Oh, my God. That was a vicious attack, like a shark doesn't eat like that.
I love eating things like this in the big bite because it's so soft and it just collapses.
What do you think?
That I could talk with my mouth full.
Which you often do. I mean, it's disgusting, but nonetheless, I mean, the people are used to it. I don't know what kind of calzone guy you are, Mayo. I haven't heard you talk about calzones much on the show.
This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even though I shoved it all in my mouth in one big bite, I'm tasting the
You get
different
all the
components
flavors.
now. Got the spinach. Yeah. Calzones are a warm, cheesy hug. And when this cold front allegedly that's coming comes, I can think of nothing finer to eat than a
Nice warm
calzone right
calzone.
here at Prezzo. And of course, you got your dunking a little bit of the
Got a little meatball pizza here, too.
pomodoro
Yeah.
sauce,
Oh, yeah.
straight up simple tomato, some basil. Looks beautiful. You guys do a great job here.
In a more civilized fashion, I'm going to
It's
try
all,
this.
all about the
pizza.
love we put into the food.
And the other items here, we got like, what is it? A meatball?
That's a meatball pizza
Oh,
with
man.
ricotta, some little peppers on top.
That is great.
It's a phenomenal pizza. It's a lot of flavors.
Wow.
Good dough. Nice.
You got to try the pizza, Mayo, man.
Well, I will.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Then we
Really
got the
good.
spicy rigatoni vodka.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if everybody
We
can
jumped
see
on the spicy rigatoni
There we
vodka
go.
train since that's the
It
It's very
seems like
popular now,
everybody's
yes.
doing it, and there's a reason
Everybody's-
why. You know why?
it works.
It's good.
It's different.
My
That's the
daughter
thing.
loves
Fantastic,
it.
yeah.
You know, it's one of those things like you could put a vodka on the menu, penne al vodka, and every single Italian restaurant is going to have their spin or their version of penne al vodka. And mine is never going to be as good as this person's, or this person's is never going to be as good as mine. Everybody has their perception of what they think vodka should taste like. So we're like, screw it. Let's just we'll do a spicy vodka. This is going to be our thing now. So
Here's the critic's view.
Here's the critic's view. Okay,
Let's
first
see,
of all,
the critic's
this is
view.
house-made.
Lubie looks
rigatoni,
like
right?
he's
fresh
eating a
pasta.
bagel
It
and cream
tastes
cheese.
like
That pizza's so
fresh
laced with cheese.
pasta.
It's great.
Perfect texture.
Yeah.
It is that right. It's
it
the
coats
right texture. It is not totally al dente, but it is definitely not in any way overcooked or soft at all. It is like right at that perfect point where it gets completely coated in the the spicy vodka sauce. But I'm going to show you. This is my version, penne a la vodka.
There you go.
Wow.
And we actually use real vodka when we're making it too.
But it burns off, so the little ones could eat it.
Of course.
But sometimes it makes them sleep a little bit sounder. My daughter, who's 18 now, this has become her new go-to dish.
That is a great dish. It's got a little
It's got a
Fra
nice
Diablo
kick,
type of kick.
It
to
is
yeah.
al dente. It's got a nice firmness
Yeah,
to
wow.
the bite. And
The thing about the fresh pasta, and this is what separates the
men from the boys.
the men from the boys,
Yeah.
is the way any sauce coats a fresh pasta. You can't replace that.
You can notice it too.
Yeah, you see it just
Even
it
to
just
the
sits on
novice.
there.
I mean, like Lubie and
how do you do that? It's
compared
just
to
a
Mayo, man.
tossing and a dunking, and because it gets on the inside of the tubes, and that
So
to get that
yeah,
interior.
we obviously boil the pasta first, and then we heat the sauce up, and then once the pasta's done boiling, you put it into the saute pan, throw some
toss
other
it.
love in there, toss it around, and
It's all about the tossing.
of course,
Yeah.
it's all on the wrists.
That's it. It's all in the wrist. So we're at Prezzo. I forgot to tell
this
people where
pizza
we
would
are.
be a great starting point for anybody that comes here.
Oh yeah,
The pizza, unbelievable.
The meatball and ricotta is a classic
Wow.
combination.
I love that.
We've seen it at various places, but this place, Prezzo, again, 5560 North
military
Trail in Boca. It's called the Park Place Complex, and this place, Prezzo, is a kind of a concept that Bert Rapoport launched way back in the, I guess it was late 80s. And his claim is that it was the first wood-fired oven pizza, wood-fired oven in
South
a
Florida.
restaurant, and he did his famous focaccia with the roasted garlic bulb, which you still
still do that. The apple tart we still do. Those the staples, the fusilli dish that everybody's come to love with the goat cheese and balsamic sauce, and it's just one of
Food
those.
here is delicious. I mean, it really is.
and he
yeah.
does these wood-fired pizzas,
Fantastic,
which
yeah.
back in the day under Angela Ilia, who's gone on to obviously incredible, things here in the South Florida market. But this wood-fired pizza, which now you see coal-fired pizza, but you see this meatball ricotta a lot of places. But I got to tell you, I like this little dollop of ricotta here.
Great way.
We put it on after the fact, so it doesn't get all sit in the oven, get all.
Lubie looks like he was in a milk commercial. Doesn't he?
Me too.
Ricotta all over the place. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Man, that's good. Good stuff. You
All on
guys-
the lunch menu.
all on the lunch menu. Yep.
Now, does the lunch just kind of continue into dinner? How is it
So at
separate?
3:00 lunch cuts off.
Okay.
And then we shift to our dinner menu. So dinner menu is very similar, minus sandwiches.
Which Mayo Man hasn't gotten
yeah,
involved in this yet.
We got plenty of time.
I'm a little disappointed in that so far.
Thank
We
you
got-
for saving
we
me
got to
from
pace
him.
it. We still have dessert
He's
too. so-
evil. He's like, on the one hand, he says, it's so disgusting the way you eat. And then he's goading me
He's
into it. Do
pushing
you
you.
see?
My role is to
He's a
just
bully.
keep
see
the
the
show moving.
dichotomy
Yeah,
here?
yeah. Keep the show moving. That's the name of the game.
All right, Eddie, we know that Prezzo is great and the winter season is here. I mean, you've noticed obviously a big uptick.
Yeah,
in,
October is when it all kind of starts ticking up. And this past week with Thanksgiving, people go home, people don't go out. You get a little bit of a lull.
Right.
But beginning today really is kind of when we start the
People are
trajectory up into the craziness.
back
for
into the
season.
regular work week and school week and the regular grind. All I know is I came in here. I know
Tomorrow's going to be the day to be outside.
Oh, beautiful.
They're already
All right.
packed out there today. But
I come in the parking lot today. I can't find the spot. I'm circling around like I'm in
That's
Midtown
fine.
Manhattan.
I could swear Eddie had this spot reserved for me right
I did.
outside here.
Oh, you had the good luck, huh?
Right in the first spot there.
Yeah,
I
they
might be
know.
backing into my
You,
car.
you
as
have
we
that
speak.
handicap tag yet? There,
No, I
Defo?
haven't used that.
Even though
but
you're a septuagenarian.
it's amazing. You could, if you end up on the shoreline in Miami Beach somewhere, the first thing they hand you is not a green card, but it's a handicap sticker. if you've noticed this, that's no denigration on any kind of people that are struggling to come here and
No,
establish
but we all struggle.
But those are the people that have all the handicap stickers. I don't know. Does anybody that's actually handicapped have a sticker? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
You
It's-
must see, I mean, but out here, I mean, the
Well,
parking is
actually, a lot of the
readily
handy-
available.
A lot of the handicap parking is in back of our building because our building sits in the center of the property. So there's actually
That's good to know.
probably more parking around the back
Good
than
pro
we have
tip.
in the front.
For those
So,
who
Both
are,
times I've been here, I pull right up, space right in
They
front.
know
This is the
it's
Well, I
forest.
reserved it for
They
you.
know it's you.
I saw
Can
the
I sing
cones
the
getting pulled away.
praises of this $7 martini? Because
You're usually like in a kind of a down frame of mind on a Monday, but you're very
this is
upbeat today.
perking me right up.
Yeah.
Defo. No, it is smooth. I asked for very dry. It is chilled. It is proper. And for $7, that is quite the deal.
My
So
compliments to the chef on the
I
Chardonnay
recommend
also. That was
the
fantastic.
Prezzo.
He stomped the grapes himself with his bare feet.
Did a good job.
Meanwhile,
All right,
I
you
understand
have any idea what's going on? Yeah.
Well,
good.
no,
All right.
he has some more news that I think you want to share. That
Yeah.
you are now involved with another restaurant in Boca that you kind of taking over some of the
Yeah, so-
oversight reins.
so-
Tell
so-
us what's going on.
So I've got a hospitality management company. We do everything from marketing, HR, operations, accounting. Full in everything. Anything hospitality. And we recently just took over Corvina Seafood Grill, which is a fine dining
Excellent place.
fish
I've been
house
there.
in East
Really
Boca.
good. Yeah.
Nice.
And it's a phenomenal location, and we're really excited to kind of bring our flair to the property, and I can't wait for the season to kick in, because if you haven't been there yet, you need to check it out. Food's phenomenal, drinks are phenomenal, happy hour is great, everything about it's great.
They do that Brazilian cheese bread that's made with tapioca.
Mhm.
I remember that being a fantastic bite, and it's something that is gluten free and it's keto friendly, right?
It's phenomenal, and
You're not
people,
starting that again, are you?
No, hell no. But I
Yeah,
just
he's
people are
insufferable
blown away
with
by
his
it,
keto diet, my
it's
God.
it's a really good bite, and you wouldn't never miss
yeah,
the
the little
gluten and the bread.
popovers. I can't tell you how many people I'll go to a table, I'll talk to them, and they're like, it's so nice that you actually have something gluten free for us to eat before the meal comes, because
Oh,
every
nice.
restaurant
Yeah.
brings, they'll bring you a big loaf of bread, and obviously you can
Can't
never
eat that.
have that. So this is a perfect little addition to your pre-dinner, whether you get a seafood tower. We have Tower Tuesdays there.
Tower
which
Tuesday.
Maybe we do a show there next time, where we do half off seafood towers every Tuesday. So
Wow.
if we get dispensation from the Pope from Bert. No, but now Bert is not involved with this. This is
not in
strictly-
that. No,
Okay, but-
we some things we do together, some things we do
everybody's
separate.
got
and-
their
yeah.
freedom to roam. It's like being in a musician in a band. Sometimes you got your
Well,
side
Bird,
project.
he's a free spirit at this point.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
he's okay with it.
And Eddie's killing it. I
Yeah.
mean, how's the Prezzo up in Palm Beach Gardens
Doing phenomenal. We're so happy to be up that way as well. The local area has really come to know us up there a lot, and come to love us. Whether it's holiday parties, we've got a ton of holiday parties booked. Catering for schools, this and that. We're really hitting
And
the
it's
stride
on
up there.
PGA Boulevard.
It is in the PGA Commons.
Yeah, and I know. Look, the Let's Eat group heavily clustered towards the South Palm Beach, Broward area, but I've noticed a migration.
Jupiter posts in Let's Eat South
There has
Florida.
been a northern migration of people because of various factors: cost of living, traffic, this and that. Many more people are living in the Jupiter, Port St. Lucie areas. So Palm Beach Gardens, right in the wheelhouse up there.
And it's a great meeting place. I can't tell you how many people say they moved to Port St. Lucie and they're meeting their friends that live in Boca.
Right.
Everybody meets there, and it's right at the interchange of the Turnpike and 95.
Yeah,
so
it's in between.
It's so
yeah.
accessible.
Yeah, it's great. I'm glad that things are going well up there. I'm glad that you're now involved with Corvina, which, again, it's kind of, look, there's plenty of restaurants in that East Boca area that are booming. And of course, we got Max's Grill and things that are in Meisner Park. But I just think that places that are focused on seafood and fish, for as many people in South Florida that love seafood, there's really not that many of them. And
There's not many great ones either. There's a pocket of a couple, but when I tell you our swordfish comes from the Lighthouse Point Marina, that's
you have local commercial.
We
fisher,
do, and it truly is.
It makes
fresh.
such a difference.
It really does.
Yeah, because we got another one of our great sponsors, Even Keel Fish Shack, which is in Lauderdale by the Sea, and they're opening a new location on Las Olas where we're going to be doing our show this Thursday. Defo, how about that? Am I smooth or what?
You're out of your mind today so far. I mean,
but no, that
it's
local
great sitting with Eddie.
they have their own. Again, they've developed a network of local fishermen, fishers, because there's women that do it too. You can taste the difference when you get that fresh swordfish. So you're featuring that kind of stuff at Corvina. Like I said, when I was in there, prime, really good seafood and upscale setting, nice bar scene, outdoor seating. It's got the whole package.
A little bit of everything. Free valet. So you don't have to worry about parking. East Boca gets a little bit weird with parking. So you can always pull up free valet with us as well.
Nice. And what's the address of there? Do you know offhand?
100.
It's a little pop quiz.
Yeah, East via Meisner is the
Very nice.
yeah 100.
It's
via
just
Meisner.
south of Palmetto Park
Yeah.
road there. And who's the prime minister of Uzbekistan? No, that's it. That's for a presidential candidate. That's it. Defo, do you know that one?
No.
Okay. All right. We're going to let that one go. Even Lubie is shaking his head. The martini is taking full effect. Maybe we should do our first commercial break, and we'll. I want to keep you here, Eddie. Is that okay?
Oh, I'm here
because I have some topics that have become like hot. Hot topics on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group.
I've got all the restaurant insight, whatever you need.
Yeah, no, there's some intriguing things. People love posting receipts and then arguing over stuff without even knowing any of the facts, which always amuses me.
We can go into some backstories on some of that stuff.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I'd love to comment on some of the.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the stuff.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, we'll do that after the first break. But first, let's put in a good word for our friends at the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. I can't believe it's already the holiday season, Defo. Can you? Of course not. And right after the holidays, it means the new year, and that means the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival 2024 edition, January 8th to the 14th. Go to vlfoodwine.com, and if you get a ticket to one of their big 4 events and enter the promo code Lunchbox, you'll get a 15% discount off the already low prices. That's for the big 4 events, the bar fight on Wednesday night, the new Asian-themed walk and roll event on Thursday night, the poolside barbecue battle on Friday night, and the grand tasting on Saturday all day at the Las Olas Beachfront Park in Fort Lauderdale. Again, that's January 8th through the 14th. Those big 4 events are Wednesday through Saturday. VLFoodWine.com. Get your extra savings, and don't forget, you could scroll and look at all the different events. There's interactive events, cooking classes for the family and the kids. There's also the intimate dinners, like at our friend Reno Sorbonne and Heritage Restaurant, Paula De Silva at the Burlock Coast, at the Ritz-Carlton Fort Lauderdale. All these things, just go online, vlfoodwine.com. Go use that promo code Lunchbox, and it makes the perfect stocking stuffer for the food lover in your life. Lunchbox promo code, vlfoodwine.com.
All right, coming back with more from Prezzo's here in just a moment.
Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. And we're back on the Lunchbox. Jeff Defo DeForest, Eddie Pozzuoli, the managing partner here at Prezzo Boca, along with Prezzo Palm Beach Gardens. We love coming here because who doesn't love Italian food? It's America's favorite restaurant food. And Eddie, I guess, tell us a little bit about, I guess, not just Martini Monday, which is getting me in the right frame of mind for a full work week after the Thanksgiving holiday. But you've got things like going on every night. You got the Wednesday wine promotion.
We like to do a lot of stuff. Our passion is making sure that, number one, our guests enjoy everything. Number two, we're providing value. And I'm sure you can speak to this. There's countless restaurants in South Florida that you go to and you feel like you're just getting bent over the barrel. And they
don't even use olive oil.
No. And I'm not opposed to going out and spending money on a nice dinner or anything like that, but you got to feel like you're feel like it's worth going there, whether it's the ambiance, the experience of service. It all plays into the amount of money you want to spend somewhere.
It's all the whole concept of getting what you expect for your dollar, whether it's a really high-end experience or something like this, which is really good quality food at a value price point. And again, you got all the specials, the wines, the martinis, the couples. You still doing the couples like late night thing?
No, that was a summertime promotion.
Okay.
But between happy hour at the bar and the High Tops, going from 3 to 7 during the week, 4 to 6 on the weekends.
Even on the weekends. That's good. That's good.
The Wine Wednesday. We have the Martini Mondays. So there's always something going on here, and
Lunchbox specials.
The Lunchbox, 6 days a week we have the Lunchbox. $14 includes a soda. So everything we do has a value in mind, and not to say that I would never say our food is cheap or inexpensive, but we make sure it's people. It's high quality,
value driven.
Exactly.
And like I said, you could get one of those sandwiches and you just eat half of it for lunch. You bring it home, you got a lunch for the next day or dinner or whatever you want to do.
And I would put our restaurant up against any of the, as far as food quality is concerned, any of the fine dining restaurants in Boca Raton, in the Palm Beach area. Our food goes toe to toe with anybody. But with our ability as a company to dial in on the right costs and leverage buying power and really pay attention to the other areas on a P&L, we can pass that savings along to a guest where they don't feel like they're getting bent over the barrel, paying $27 for an order of calamari or $55 for a chicken parm I saw a couple weeks ago. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
even know. No chicken parm is worth that.
Right. Unless they rub it in gold dust. And even then, who wants to eat gold dust?
Exactly.
Defo, I guess the whole Burt Rapoport portfolio is known for the value and also being family friendly. And like you have dogs, pet friendly too, right? You could bring the
We
animals out on the
we got the
patio.
bowls for the dogs to drink out of, the whole 9 yards.
It's all good. I want to talk about some of the other Rapoport restaurant groups, places that we go around to, including Max's Grill. That's over in Meisner Park, a little bit east of here. We've got Burton Max's. Friend Buddha is Steve is the general manager up there in the Delray Marketplace. And also Deck 84, which is right on the intracoastal waterfront there in Delray Beach. All of those Rapoport Restaurant Group places are known for being family friendly, pet friendly, and wallet friendly. It's very, very, the price conscious. We know people are these days, between all the things hitting them with the insurance costs and things that are hitting restaurants as well, that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about is some of the things on the Let's Eat group. People go crazy over some of these surcharges of things, and they post their receipts and they go. You said you had a little bit of, I guess, maybe some opinions about things that people maybe go a little bit.
I'd be
nuts
lying
over.
if I said I didn't have paragraphs written out on Let's Eat South Florida and just said, you know what, I'm just going to delete that and just let it go, because I don't want to get into the back and forth on the keyboard. I don't have the
Leave
time
that
or
to
energy
me.
for that.
Like you restaurateurs, you have it hard enough, especially when people post on Yelp. Our friend Reno Cerbone at Heritage, he takes the gloves off and
he's the best.
He'll rate the guests and give them 1 star.
Mm-hmm.
But you're in the hospitality business and you don't necessarily want to do that. But I am intrigued, like when people start griping about, some of these restaurants now putting on credit card surcharges or takeout fees. But explain from the restaurant's point of view what's going on.
I mean,
And
obviously,
what do you do here?
There's we don't tack on any additional fees or anything like that, and we have explored other options. I'm sure you guys have seen certain restaurants are now adding a mandatory. I think there was one in Broward that just opened up that's adding a mandatory surcharge on
Ford's Garage in Plantation, like a service charge, right? And it
and
seems
so-
like a new model that is now being experimented.
There's numerous restaurant groups actually in like Martin County, I want to say, that do the same thing, and it's an interesting way to do it, and the restaurant doesn't actually take the money. The money, it's considered a commission, and that's the way it's the employee gets paid. It's considered a commission.
I'm glad you brought this up because this ended up being the explosive hot topic of the weekend on Let's Eat, where Ford's Garage is a new chain that opened its location in Plantation, and they're doing this service charge automatic that's kind of in lieu of gratuity or tipping. And then somebody posted this past weekend about a meal they had at the Pelican Grand Resort right on Fort Lauderdale Beach that's operated by another resort hotel group that has properties all over the country. They are now imposing a 22% mandatory service charge. But right on the receipt, it says additional gratuity is not expected, which to me indicates that they now have a compensation program in place. And that is the case where there's kind of a commission base where the servers are getting paid a set hourly rate, along with, in this case, a Pelican Grand, 16% commission on their sales on whatever their tabs are at their tables. And they get benefits like a 401k, health insurance, and paid time off, which is one of the things that we see at restaurants around in Europe and Canada. And yet there seems to be this rebellion. It seems to be a lack of clarity or communication.
And I think that's the big thing, and that's a big reason why we've been hesitant to explore the option further, because there's pros and cons about it. And I've heard actually from employees of restaurants that do this that they're actually happier because the ones that can sell are rewarded for what they're selling. They don't have to leave it to necessarily a guest to determine that, I could give you the best service and this person could be having a bad day at this table and they can tip me 5% because they want to tip me 5%.
Right.
So this kind of eliminates that. And if you go above and beyond and really deliver an outstanding experience to somebody, it's always an option to even leave more than that, mandatory 16, 18, 20%, whatever it is.
Leave an extra $5 or $10
Yeah.
for the server, that goes all right into their
Mhm.
pocket. So if you want to bump it up to the 25%, but it seems like because people, and I don't know how you would react to this, Defo. I mean, if somebody
non-traditional, I think that's the concerning thing for being in Palm Beach County for us is, it's not the negative connotation of it, I think outweighs any of the the pros for the employees or for the business. Unfortunately, there's certain things that we can kind of work into at some point, but that's one of the things that I don't know if we would ever be as a restaurant group or restaurant operators in Palm Beach County. I don't know if we can ever segue into something like that.
there might be some resistance in the Boca del Rey market because people like to feel like they're in control at a restaurant. And again, that comes back to traditionalism. And they feel like, oh, I'll reward good service and punish bad service. But bottom line is, I mean, service workers work hard and they should get some guarantees built into their work model. But the problem, like we said with this, is what people just see that there's a automatic imposition, but they don't read the fine print that they don't have to tip anymore. And they just see it like, oh, the house is taking all this and then we're still expected to tip on top of that. But that's not the case at the Pelican Grand and on this Q&A fact sheet. And I give them credit because they posted all the very detailed things online with Q&A, and they also have on the menu, it's posted a explanation. And these people say, oh, you don't even know about it. No, if you read the fine print on the menu,
It's
who
there.
does, but it seems to be what they say is that their service staff gets paid an average between $45 and $75 an hour plus benefits. And again, if they were hating it, they would quit and they would not be able to get any employees.
Yeah, exactly. And what a lot of the restaurants do is they guarantee that rate. So, I'm going to guarantee you're going to make between 45 and 75. And if for whatever reason that day your surcharges don't amount to $45 an hour, the restaurant covers that spread.
Right. If they are guaranteeing
exactly
it to employees.
So, there's a lot of good things about it. But unfortunately, like I said, that's not a battle I'm willing to fight at the moment. It's
yeah, no, it's impossible for you guys because you're like damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you stick with the traditional models, then some servers could get stiffed. But then you try something new that's maybe a little bit more fair.
And a difficult thing as well is, we have 15 servers working at a restaurant, plus the management team and the hosts, all who have to do this explanation to the guests. So it's when you have that many different variables explaining what's going on, stuff falls through the cracks. They might not explain it the right way, and it just turns into a avalanche, for lack of a better term. So we just, that's why we just emphasize the hospitality here. Make sure that guests leave here loving the experience, loving their wait staff, and making sure the servers are getting those phenomenal tips because everybody's leaving wowed.
So you espouse what I've been saying on the group now, which is like if a restaurant does something in a way that you don't like, what can you do?
Well, that's you. I mean, call a manager right away.
Oh, don't go back. It's like it's their house, their rules. And if they have a policy or some sort of surcharge that you don't like, again, you don't have to go back there and patronize the place.
It's a shame it's come to that. I agree with your philosophy. I mean, it's the service industry. And, as a server, and I was a server in many restaurants, you want to make sure that the people love the place. And that's going to be part of your income, too. I was never a big fan of the automatic gratuity. Certain times I think it's appropriate, but it's weird that it's come to this with all these, minute distinctions that you have to make. And my inclination is always to tip more than the amount that they have on there anyway. So, and it is awkward when somebody puts 22% on a check and then you're thinking, well, geez, should I give this guy another 10? I much prefer to just have that, be a decision that you make on your own.
And, the issue is it's become the reason that people are even shifting to this model is because all the other costs below the line. I'm not even talking about food costs. Food costs are going to be food costs, but whether it's labor costs, employment taxes, or insurance, went up 100%.
And
last
that's
year.
for like the
Property.
liability insurance or property? Or
General
both?
liability,
Yep.
property, 100%. You know,
Yep.
it's not. You know, this we're talking almost six figures.
Right.
And where does that money come from?
Yeah.
And that's you know that's where it starts getting very difficult for restaurants to operate, and them trying to. That's why people are trying to look at other opportunities to make sure their employees are still making money, but maybe save somewhere else. And
that's why you start seeing $55 chicken parmesan. I mean, I don't know what the answer is. I just know that everybody is stressed because there's only so much that consumers are able to pay.
And at the end of the day, we're all running a business. You know, as much as I want to donate my time to a lot of different things, I've got a family to feed. I have 170 employees now between 3 restaurants.
Yep.
And they've got families to feed. So, you know, it's really important that the business part of it stays viable. And, you know, that's why
it's a tricky balancing act.
It really is.
And I don't envy you guys. And and again, I feel for everybody running this group. I also hear, you know, and feel the pain amongst those who want to go out to restaurants and support local restaurants, but there's only so much that their household budgets allow. Where does this leave us? Well, how about do a live spot for Tropical Acres, because we talk about the value, and they have some great deals. Like you have your Martini Mondays. They have half-price wine night on Monday and Tuesday. Tropical Acres been there since 1949, 2500 Griffin Road. It's a classical, old-school Florida steakhouse where you get classic dishes like their prime rib, filet mignon, rack of lamb, and, of course, seafood favorites if you want some. Scallops. They have the stone crab claws as an appetizer or main course. We love the Studiale family. They are masters of hospitality. Also great value. They have a loyalty reward club where if you get 12 entrees, you buy 12. You get the 13th on the house. Do you have any kind of points rewards?
No, with all the deals that we offer here, we did away with any sort of points.
Yep.
However, at Corvina, we do have a point system in place, a loyalty program, where you spend $1,000, you get $70 in rewards back.
Excellent. It's always good to give a little something back to your regulars, and that's what they do at Tropical Acres. Go online to tropicalacres.com. Again, Tropical Acres is open every day except Sunday. They also have a butcher shop if you want to bring home some of their great cuts of steak and filet mignon to throw on the grill. That's open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. The bar opens at 4:30 p.m. for happy hour in the bar, where you get half-price drinks, 4:30 to 6:30, along with some great light bites. Tropical Acres, tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, going to come back to Prezzo's outstanding array of food, by the way. I can't decide which is my favorite. We haven't dove into the sandwich yet.
No. Do you want me to do that after the break?
I think that would be a highlight of the show.
The Milanese sandwich. That's the big hitter for lunch.
Going to come back and wrap it up with a big bite here on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox in a moment.
People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You got to try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova, or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. This is Grill at Meisner Park in Boca Raton, located at 404 Plaza Real. Since 1991, delicious modern American cuisine in a stylish yet casual setting. The outdoor patio and lively bar is the place to see and be seen at Meisner. It also features a sushi bar and a dry-aged steak program. Don't miss their long-term signature dishes like radiatore pasta and bacon-wrapped meatloaf. So good. Open daily with live music Wednesday through Saturday evenings and a great weekend brunch. For reservations and more information, go to maxsgrill.com. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox, and Eddie Pizzoli from Prezzo. He stayed here the whole show, and he has opened up about things in the restaurant business and things that maybe as an ordinary consumer you don't really consider, and that's why we like doing these shows where you can consider things from all points of view. Defo, what's your point of view as a consumer of Prezzo today?
Outstanding. I mean, even the fries are dynamite. I didn't try the sandwich yet. What was this one again?
That's the Milanese sandwich.
Milanese. I loved it last time. I shoved almost half of it in my mouth.
I'm not
doing it anymore.
You promised your audience that you would.
He did. You can't go back on a promise.
There's a half
the
a sandwich
devil.
there. Yeah.
He's Diablo. Well, first of all, Lubie sees half of his potential boxed treasure going. So I would cut
He's
this
willing
in
to
half.
sacrifice anything for the show.
And this is
We'll
on
get another one.
They'll get him another one.
This is the crunchy bread. There's only, I'm making excuses already.
That's your favorite. What are you talking about?
I can't do it
That's
anymore.
all you talk about.
You're
Vienna
killing
sandwiches.
me. You're
crunchy
literally
bread.
killing me. I love this chicken Milanese sandwich, by the way. The last time I had it here, it's a perfect bite.
This is not necessarily people the way to enjoy it. I assure you, you might want to tune away from this. This video could make you feel uncomfortable.
And tell everybody what's on here again. It's got the balsamic.
So we've got the breaded chicken cutlet. We have a little bit of hot cherry peppers. We've got some fresh basil pesto, arugula.
All Mayo specials. All Mayo specials.
Oh yeah, and then balsamic glaze on a toasted baguette.
What is that?
I'm taking off this edge. It's a crunchy edge. It's a crunchy edge I have to remove and for strategic purposes and self-preservation, Defo.
What an embarrassment. All right, here we go. The big bite.
Oh,
and Eddie, have you seen anything quite as grotesque in terms of the consumption of your food? Bert Rapoport. I mean, I hope Bert's not tuned in today. I really do.
This guy killed me.
I did nothing. I mean, you didn't have to do it.
Don't act like you don't have blood on your hands.
I have no blood on my hands. I may have some tomato sauce on my hands after you sprayed this all over the table. Here. Yeah. All right, what do you think?
It's a delicious sandwich. I did have one more topic I want to talk about, but I'm going to wait 30 seconds. You can still
No, that's okay. No, you're doing a fine job. You got
Ohio
the whole
State,
thing
Michigan.
covered.
I don't think it was an interception. It was a touchdown for Michigan. Talk about it.
I don't know. I'm on the fence on that one.
That's it?
That's it. I mean, you don't leave a lot of room. Just keep going. It's good.
I needed 30 seconds of fill. To me, this was the big play. And did you care about that game, Ohio State, Michigan?
I unfortunately in the restaurant business, I watch about this much football. Whenever the games are on, I am working, and that's always just kind of been the thing. So I've gotten into F1 because that's like typically
in the middle of the night.
Either in the middle of the night or in the morning.
You should try Hong Kong thoroughbred racing, my friend.
The result is
maybe.
always the same, though, in Formula One. Same guy wins every week.
Schumacher,
Yeah.
and Schumacher.
Oh,
Ferrari
Verstappen
for Verstappen now. Shows my age. No, it was that pivotal play in the game. The way I saw it, and I heard you guys talking about it on your morning shows on the Tony Bruno Sports Network now, you guys, Lubie and Defo. To me, the Michigan guy caught the ball, crossed the goal line, and hit the ground. And it was after he hit the ground where the guy stripped the ball out of his hands and made what looked like could have been an interception. But where I come from, once you hit the ground and you have possession, it's over. You can't rip the ball out. Lubie is chattering, but I can't hear him, so that's it. All right, we got into a little bit of a sports here at the end. We've got to do one more piece of business, and that's for our friends at Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market in Hollywood. Have you ever been down there? Do you?
I haven't.
They've been in business since the 1950s at their current location since 1962.
Wow.
They had their biggest week of the year because they bring in thousands of fresh turkeys, never frozen, from a farm in Central Florida for their Thanksgiving orders, and it is quite the sight to behold. Not only did I have one, I had two Delaware Chicken Farm turkeys for Thanksgiving, one with Michelle and my daughter in Hollywood, one with Valerie and her family in Coconut Grove. And I tell you what, both of them were moist and delicious, and that is the place to go for all your holiday needs, upcoming Christmas Eve, Christmas, New Year's, all the holidays. They have the greatest in poultry, steaks, seafood. They've got fresh fish. They've got Key West pink shrimp. They've got Florida lobster tails. They've got stone crabs. Delaware Chicken Seafood Market is at 4191 State Road 7 in Hollywood, right across from the Seminole Classic Casino, where they're going to have craps and roulette soon, Defo.
Oh,
I'm salivating.
That's
along
dangerous.
with the sports betting. Very, very dangerous. Delaware Chicken, you can't miss it. They've got a big chicken on the roof. They're open 7 days a week. Go online to DelawareChicken.com for their weekly specials and daily offerings. We love Doug Carter and crew. Man, they got through another Thanksgiving week. So did we. And what a show. What a day. Prezzo. Eddie.
Nice
Thank
job,
you, all,
Eddie.
friend,
You're the
for
man.
being here.
Good job.
Appreciate having you, and hopefully we'll see you. We'll see you back
We'll
for
see
dinner.
you soon. And again, everybody come on in here. All the great specials they have all throughout the week for lunch, dinner, drinks, happy hours. Prezzo is your place, along with all the Rapoport Restaurant Group restaurants, and now also Corvina Seafood Restaurant in Boca Raton. It's season, holiday season.
We're here.
It's here.
That's it.
It's unbelievable. We'll see you again tomorrow. We're going to be at Shenanigans Sports Pub with our man Pat Utter, who's going to be a little bit of a prima donna. He's talking about his lighting, his camera angles. He wants to look svelte. He did lose 23 pounds. He's very proud of that. So we're going to be at Shenanigans tomorrow talking Dolphins. He loves his Dolphins. Sports Pub in Dania Beach around the corner from me. And then we got a busy week. Wednesday, Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort in Fort Lauderdale. Thursday, Even Keel Fish Shack. I think we're going to be previewing the new Las Olas location with Brad and Dave. That is set to open in the next couple of weeks, but we'll get the sneak peek once again here on the Lunchbox. We love Even Keel, and they're going to be taking part in the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. Friday, where were we on Friday, Defo? Our favorite place.
Should be Gulf
One
Stream.
of our favorite places. Place where we could eat, drink, and gamble. Gulfstream Park, 10 Palms. Yeah, that's it for today. Eddie, thank you so much,
Appreciate
my friend.
you.
Thanks a lot, my
Food
friend.
was
So much.
excellent.
Good job.
I'm going
Excellent
to
stuff.
send my buddy from Grandpa's Bagel Cafe here for your calzone, because that is some top-notch quality dough,
Fantastic.
fillings, and the pomodoro sauce. All right, I've rambled on long enough, Defo. Are you ready for a walk of life?
I'll be ready.
Absolutely. We'll see you tomorrow. Lubie is giving me the stink eye. Enjoy every sandwich. We'll see you tomorrow at Shenanigans.
He's putting